Hello, friend. Today I'd like to bring you another video within an Intune AutoPilots. Um, it's called the Enrollment Status Page ESP, and that will be under enrollment devices. And then clear here, click here. It says enrollment devices. Enrolled status page. So it happened that as I mentioned to you, I previously have uh, this in the process and ongoing with the Hyper-V machine, and I did the entire procedure and process, and I did create all these things. But for the purpose of this training, I'll go ahead and do it again. And as you can see, I did previously created just Autopilot laptop for that enrollment, which I did create. But um, usually, when you first um, enroll or click on this page, it's gonna come up by default. That's only things you're gonna see there. And this is if you click on properties on edit. So basically that's was the what the user sees. So this part of videos, this is very important to the sysadmin when they set up for what the user see the when they do the out of box experience. So it's gonna show them show apps and profile configurations. It's gonna say yes, and then show errors when installation takes longer than 60 minutes, and then show custom messages, time limit or error. It says yes here. Set up. So if the message gonna come up to something that or the process did not work, that's the message gonna come up. Setup could not be completed. Please try again or contact your support person for help, which is the system administrators here. So this is the message when there is an error during the out-of-box experience they're going to see. Also, turn on lock collections. This is very important for us to collect when we are, and I'll show you the procedure eventually in different videos, so how we can collect logs during the out-of-box experience while we're performing the autopilot. It's a process of collecting and knowing what the problem is. This one here only shows pages to devices provisioned by out-of-box. It says yes here. Block device user until all apps and profiles are installed, which is important if you add Microsoft Words to this list. For example, targeted user and devices will not be able to leave the enrollment status page until Word successfully installed. So, that's important. You have to leave it here while it's doing the other application. Uh, while installing the other applications, and it's gonna show in there. And it's good to have the user been notified previously. I mean, you can turn it on and you can turn it off in here as you wish, but I don't suggest it. Here it says as you can see, this is on and off. Block devices until all the apps and profiles are installed, which is good. And again, this is something you need to put it on. Then you have to have user notified while the apps is installed. If you turn it off, it's not going to go through that, and then the user is not going to be notified. Allow users to reset devices if installations occur. This is not users' obligations, so it's no. This is us as a system administrations that needs to be involved in this. Allow users to use, says here, allow users to use device if installations occur. This is going to be no. Devices used until block devices use. It's important here. Block device use until required apps are installed if they are assigned to user devices. So That's going to be all of them. So this is a gist I'm giving you, what have what the defaults look like. As I mentioned to you, I have already created one, and it's always one take over the default. It's always when you create one, and then one is going to be the first one always, and or until you're going to be moving out of it back and forth in here. So so what I can do here, I definitely I can create one for the purpose of the class, and we can call it E. And here um, we can call it ESP, Enrollment Status Page Test. Enrollment Status Page Test. Test. Put it test Azure VM. We can put it this way, and this is for we can put a description here. This is dedicated for Azure VMs class. So that's we know, and then we're gonna go here when we go. This is by default, as you can see, it comes to no. So the enrollment status page, it says here, appears during the initial device, as I mentioned to you, setup, and during first user sign in. The outer box is very important. If enabled, users can see the configuration progress of assigned apps and profiles targeted to their devices, which is we're going to go ahead, yes, and by default, it comes to, as I mentioned earlier, when you said it shows errors and every after if it's longer than 60 minutes, which is that's very reasonable, and show custom messages is yes. So if there's a failure during the process, it's gonna show a message to user which is says setup could not be completed. Please try again or contact your support person for help. Now turn on lock. This is very important for the sysadmin guys. You know, this is very. If you set it off, that's not a good thing. It needs to be set to on because we need to collect eventually the locks. That's the only way we collect the locks if it sets on. And there's a procedure. I'll show you again in a different video how to do that. Only shows pages to devices provisioned by out-of-box experience. It says to we set it to yes. Block devices until apps, which is very reasonable and important. We have to block any block devices use. Cannot use the user cannot until all the device has been provisioned and installed properly on the device, which is that makes a lot of sense. And these are the things that we don't need users to get their hands into or basically manipulate or to change anything. Allow user to reset device if installation error occur, which is that's going to overwrite probably whatever that happened. If there is an error, the locks is going to be overwritten, and then everything is going to be messed up in here. Also, allow users to use devices installations or occur. It says no here and should be no in here. Block devices until the required apps are installed, if any. So this is all you're going to set it to all. And if there's anything else, you can select here, and it's going to give you an option. You can add selected apps if you have apps or certain apps to be assigned. So for me, it's going to be all. So I'm going to go ahead and click on next. And here, so I'm going to have a group. I'm going to add a group that I previously created. And I believe it was test AutoPilot group, which is that's what I have previous class selected, and that's what I needed to go to. There is other group originally was there. It was about AutoPilot managed. That's one thing I have previously attached to the previous pre previous ESP that I the enrollment status page, which I already did as I mentioned. But for now, I'm selecting this group, which I did have in a previous class. Select, and then we're gonna go to next. Here again, I'm not gonna go into the scopes. You can select scope locks and such. I'm not gonna go into that and explaining all this. I mean, you can specify those admin scope tags, but again, I'm really not going to go into this. And then we're going to go ahead to next. We're going to review the things we've done in here, and everything looks proper. And then go ahead and create. And as you can see, the process was created successfully. And as I mentioned to you, the first one is always take over the second one. The first that we've created is always take the precedence over the second one, and the default is going to be the last one. I know some people thinks that the default is going to be the first. Is not actually. That's not the case. The case is always the first, and it will be the first in here, which is the one I had previously selected. And if I created another one, it's going to be move up. But you can actually, what you can do, as you see here, you can move up and down the priority. And here you go. As you can see, I moved it up and start updating. It says page priority were successfully saved. So the one I just created for you guys, remember, now it's taking the priority number one, as you can see. But by default, whoever's in there, it was, remember this one here, it took over number two until I moved it actually in here, which I clicked here and then I moved it. The other things I'd like to add here, I'm just gonna look at this page and make sure. Um, so this is the enrollment status page. It can provide some features to the users while they are performing the out-of-box experience as a sysadmin. It's important again to set up this page because that's what the users see, and these are the things they're gonna look at and that's what you need to have them look at, and they cannot use the device as I mentioned until everything is provisioned and installed properly. Um, so that's all what I have for the ESP, the enrollment status page, guys. Again, there's other videos is coming up with for the Intune AutoPilot process. So as usual, if you if you like, please subscribe to this page, and I would appreciate that. And also, if you have any question and comments, please add them to the question and comments area. Thank you and have a great day. Thank you.